Undercaffeinated. What's up, everyone? My name is AJ Rice Crypto. Let's get into this. It is Thursday, February 29th. I even have my Thursday shirt on because it's Thursday, and that's one of my favorite bands. All right, let's do this. We already got about 50 people in the house. Thank you guys for being here. We got my guy WD40 back in the house. Mass Sauce, Mojo Ryzen JM, Brian Bootyhead, Kenan Hinton, the Tanker Monkey, Bird Doji Disc Golf. That's a new name. I like to throw disc golfs. I got a mean forehand, bro. I got a mean forehand. A mean forehand. Awesome. Tristan Gage, Eric, Crypto Antagonist. Thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it. Man, yesterday was wild day yesterday. I'm going to talk about it for a minute here. So, I did that video in the portfolio update with the Glitter Queen, where we're building 2 new portfolios. Check that series out if you want to stay up to date with us building portfolios. But, I noticed that, I was looking at a couple charts, for Algorand, for Phantom, for H-Bar, for the graph. And I said, hey, there's a cup and handle on that chart. And I said, hey, there's a cup and handle on that chart. And then I started, really going through a lot of charts. Cup and handle, cup and handle, cup and handle, cup and handle. Then I systematically went through every chart in the top 100 and discovered that there was 40 cup and handle patterns in the top 100. So what did I do? Instead of filming my Cardano price prediction like I wanted to do, I made a video pointing out every single cup and handle pattern in the top 100 with measured moves and everything. Some of the charts have already got to the measured move. The thetas, the uniswaps, already played them out, and they prove how the cup and handles work so well. Then there are some that have already got past the breakout point, past the handle, but still have more room to pump to get to the measured move. And then there are some, like say Phantom and Algorand, that are still below the breakout point and still have 20% to break out and then another 100% to go up. That video is probably one of the best videos I've ever put out on this channel. I know I say that about every video because it's probably true, because it just keeps getting better. But up to date, I say I'm most proud of that video. I literally spent 6 hours making it yesterday. And it is seriously shout out to my guy Chauncey Peppertooth. Everybody knows in the chat that I do play favorites. I have 2 sisters. One of them is my favorite. And in the chat, kind of a similar story, Chauncey Peppertooth. For whatever reason, I like his name, and he's my favorite. And he even comments, what a perfect comment, Chauncey. That video was perfect. I sent it to a bunch of newbie friends. Damn straight you did, Chauncey. That's my boy, Chauncey Peppertooth. And I will say that video is going to make so many people a lot of money. Isolate a few of those charts. Set alarms, guys. When, I can't believe I didn't say this in the video. Go through that video, and every chart was on the daily chart, all right? Go through that video and find, you don't have to do all 40, but, find 10 charts that you like to trade, coins that you vibe with, and draw that line and set the alarm at the breakout point. So when that thing hits the breakout point, get in the trade. You know what I mean? Set that alarm. It'll go off on your phone. You'll get an email. You'll get a text message, and you'll be able to get in that trade and make money into that measured move. And there are some moves in there. A couple, I know Near was 120%. Phantom was 110%. Algorand was 100%. There is some money to be made in that video based off of the cup and handle ideas. So got my guy Foresight. Are you eyeing any trades on PHEMEX right now? I did do a couple trade. I did not trade yesterday, although I should have been trading yesterday, but I was very busy filming. Before that, I was trading some Avalanche and stuff like that. Maybe I will get into some charts here a little bit later in the show. I do have an interview on today's show. My friend Joshua from book.io. Definitely big shout out to book.io. What they're doing is super cool. And of course, we'll talk about it later when I bring him on the stage. But what I will bring your attention to in the moment, let me share this tab right here. Let me pull this up. Is that we are doing a giveaway over on Twitter. Not that. This button. Wrong button. That button. I will copy and paste this link into the chat so you guys can get involved. If you want one of these 3 free NFT books, we have The Last of the Mohicans, You Were Built to Create Cool Shit, and The King in Yellow. I think I want to read the book You Were Built to Create Cool Shit. I think that's a great name for a book. And sometimes I totally do judge books by their cover. I'm not going to lie. I put a link to my Twitter right there in the chat. It is the first tweet at the top, right below the pinned tweet. And, comment, smash the likes on this post and comment your favorite book down below in the comments. And 3 people will win one of these 3 books. So there you go. Nice little, cool little giveaway from our friends over at book.io. Definitely excited to have Josh on here in a couple minutes. I really like this tweet I put out late last night. Friendly reminder, H-bar is still 83.4% below its all-time high. Wink face. I mean, I go to sleep at night knowing like, oh, I'm going to sleep like great because my favorite coin, one of my largest crypto holdings, is still 83.4% below its all-time high. I don't know. I was the last thing I tweeted at night. Still did pretty good for that tweet. Also, I do want to say that today at 2 p.m., I am doing an Algorand unfiltered Twitter space with Min and Yeet from Para Wallet. This is, the third of my Algorand Unfiltered series. We did John Allen Woods, the CEO. We did Stacey Warden, the CEO. And now we are interviewing Min and Yeet. And not everybody in Algorand's a forward-facing person to the degree of, say, the CEO, who has to be a very forward-facing person. But there are so many people that work, in Algorand, in the trenches at Algorand, the really heart and soul type people at Algorand that are rock stars. And you guys are really going to enjoy this conversation. I have some pretty spicy questions lined up for them as well. Every time I submit my questions for an interview like this and they greenlight them without taking any of them out, I go, because, I like throwing curveballs. I do like throwing curveballs. Also, we are doing a little giveaway in this Twitter space today at 2 p.m. as well. 6 people. You have to be listening to the space. At the end of the space, we will pick 6 names in the crowd, and each of those 6 people will win $50 in Algorand. So make sure you are around for that space at 2 p.m. Definitely looking forward to doing that with Min and Yeet. And then here is my little video for my top 40 cup and handle patterns. I will copy and paste this YouTube link in the chat here. If you have not seen this video yet, go give it a watch. I mean, let's be honest, everybody. There's 173 people watching this show right now, and you guys are probably here because you want to make money. You want to change your life. You want to take the next step in your journey in crypto. Well, I made a video that gives you 40 patterns, 40 of profitable trading setups. You don't have to get in every one. Isolate a couple, set an alarm at the breakout point, and let the crypto gods do their magic. Definitely check out that video if you have not already. And also make sure you smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. I know 24% of my consistent users don't subscribe. And I know that's actually my buddy Cooksey, who does a dirt bike channel. He actually told me that, his is worse than that 24% is actually good. And that a lot of people watch YouTube without signing up for it at all, and that's why that they're not subscribed. And I did kind of think that, but I still am just like, well, why are they not subscribing? So of course, got to play the game. All right, so let's take a quick look at the crypto markets here. Of course, we're just going to point out the fact that Bitcoin's at 63,000, and we are still pre-halving, like before the halving, before it, pre-halving, 63,000. Damn. Ethereum almost at 3,500. Glad I still have a couple ETH sitting in a MetaMask. Almost sold it. Glad I didn't. It has gone up, $500 in the past couple days. 18% on the week for Ethereum. Love to see it. BNB 409. Solana 134. That was the trade to make late last night. If you wanted to do like a set it and forget it type trade, Solana was probably the pick last night. Dogecoin. What? Am I seeing that right? Dogecoin got back past Avalanche, 13 cents. Who let the Doge out? Chauncey, was it you? Chauncey, did you let the Doge out again? Damn it, Chauncey. Damn it. Polygon 106. All right, we kind of went through the prices. What we really want to look at, the reason I pull this website up every day is because we want to look at the gainers and the losers. We want to see what projects have the most volatility, because some people are scared of the word volatility. Once you become a real crypto trader, volatility is your best friend. You need it to win trades. All right, let's take a little look at the top 100, and then we'll peek at the top 300 after that to see what other coins are standing out here. All right, we have Bonk woke back up 59%. Dogecoin, you notice the trend here. top 3 gainers are all meme coins. Keep that in mind. Bunk, 59%, leading the way. Dogecoin, 31%. Shiba Inu, 29%. Followed by that, Arweave, 28%. Talked about Arweave last week in my top 8 pre-halving picks. Arweave was one of them. It was not $29 when we made that video. Congratulations to anybody who made money on that. Solana, FET just will not slow down, man. I actually bought some FET probably at like 80 cents, and I bought more at $1. Thinking, oh, why am I buying this at $1? And I'm glad I did, because it just kept going. Shout out to Fetch.ai. Fetch.ai. That project is killing. Injective back to 44. That Injective has kind of been one of those projects that like bounces off 40, goes to 45, goes back to 40, bounces off 40, goes back up, bounces off 40. It plays that game a lot. So, it's kind of a predictable coin to leverage trade. And there's a lot of liquidity for Injective over at PHEMEX if you want to get involved over there as well. All right, and then everything else is kind of up 5%, Aptos, Aave, stuff like that. All right, now on the losers, we have WorldCoin, Ordi down a little bit, Beam, Theta. Well, Theta, of course, Theta's down. It just ripped crazy. The Graph, unfortunately, down 3.8. You guys know that is one of my favorite picks, and it's still at 29 cents. My average Graph buy, I believe, is 17 cents or something like that. Definitely have done well. VeChain fighting just under that 5-cent level. Would love to see VeChain get above and stay above the 5-cent level moving forward. I think VeChain has a lot of promise coming into the next bull run. It is certainly in my top 5 favorite crypto picks. Let's take a quick look at the top 300 to see if there's any other type coins that have really, GX chain above Bonk. Don't know that one. I'm gonna have to learn about these. I've been looking at the top 300 a little bit more. Like I can probably tell you something about every coin almost in the top 100, but once I get like outside the top 100, I'm kind of in no man's land. So I have been really paying attention to the top 300 gainers and losers just to kind of see like, all right, like what are these other projects that are coming up. I've been trying to keep my eye on them for sure. Like Dog Whiff, that project's been pretty good. I've heard of Orca before, believe it or not. The MAGA Trump coin, I mean, that coin's basically a meme, but has still been very popular, and rightfully so. PAL AI up to 44 cents. I'm telling you guys, PAL is not slowing down anytime soon. My Telegram group that is coming relatively soon will be with a PAL AI bot in it. And what I want to point out, did you get PAL? Let's look at like the 3-month chart, for instance. Here on the little crappy charts on CoinGecko. All right, in February, could you have bought PAL at 10 cents? Yeah, you could have. Did I? Yes, I did. Is it it's almost at 50 cents now. It went from 10 cents to almost 50 cents in less than a month. Shout out to PAL. But I do want to say that the market cap is only 290 million. Do I think PAL is going to go to $1 billion this bull run? Yes. Yes, I do. I would bet my bottom dollar on that, actually. So big shout out to PAL AI. I mean, still outside the top 200. This project is an absolute sleeper. And I know I did a round of Twitter spaces with them January into February. So I do know a lot of my audience got in PAL, around that 10 to 20 cent range. So congratulations to everybody who was paying attention. Going to check a couple super chats here really quick. All right. Kobe Ty, $10 super chat. AJ streams, I'm up 1,200%. AJ goes to Mexico, I'm down 90. Oh, I clicked a thing and it went. I'm down 90%. AJ drops cup and handle video. I'm back up over 1,500 in less than 12 hours. Love what you do, fam. Kobe, I got you, bro. What can I say? But I am going to say, Kobe, today's my last live stream of the week. So this weekend, how about, take some profits this weekend. How about don't go too hard in the paint? Play it. Be careful this weekend, bro. Nicholas, $5 super chat. Jasmine ripping. Hey, that's funny, man. We actually talked about Jasmine on this channel not too long ago. I'd say 2-3 weeks ago, and I brought it up because actually one of my good friends from like kindergarten, back in Pennsylvania, Jesse Walker. Jesse and I, we've always stayed in touch, ever since we were little kids. And he knows I got into crypto and has kind of followed my journey here and there. And he randomly messaged me 5 months ago, have you heard of Jasmine? And I was like, no. Well, actually, yeah, I have heard of it. And then I was like, yeah, but I don't know how I feel about that. He's like, dude, just buy some. Trust me. And then you guys start talking about Jasmine. And then Jasmine just goes, Jesse was right. I hope he's a millionaire now. He's a millionaire. Shout out to my guy, Tom Crown, in the chat. Ayo, AJ writes crypto hype beat up them. Oh, hype beat them up. I don't know what he's trying to say there. Shout out to Tom. I actually dropped into Tom's show a little bit yesterday. He's doing really good stuff. Definitely go check out Tom's live stream if you have a chance. He has a lot of really good educational content as well. I know he is in collaboration with Lux Algo, videos about like fair value gaps and stuff like that. Tom's been making really good content. Very proud of Tom. And Tom's my homie. Shout out to the Blue Raz Nation. Blue Raz Nation. All right. Perfect. So going to keep the ball rolling here. There was one thing I wanted to talk about before I brought my guest on. Oh yeah, it's this story right here. What do you guys think about this rumor? The crypto rumor mill suggests that not that far. Just a half of that. Zoom in, computer, please. Okay. The crypto rumor mill suggests that Jeff Bezos, our boy Jeff, sold $8.5 billion in Amazon stock to buy Bitcoin. You see this picture right here? That looks like DALL-E AI to me. You know how I know that? Because DALL-E AI helps AJ with a lot of thumbnails. It's good. It's really good at prompts. I'm not going to lie. And it looks like the lighting. I feel that. Anyway, is the crypto rumor mill on the money? Is Jeff Bezos saying, "Oh man, it's coming"? Is he getting in? Here's a little tweet here from Thomas. Hey Apollo, is Jeff Bezos piling into Bitcoin, mingling with Michael Saylor, just liquidated $8.5 billion in Amazon stock, sitting on cash? Unlikely he's sharper than that. Bitcoin's price pump hinting at billionaire FOMO. Something is up. Hey, I mean, anything's possible. Anything's possible. I know this is a rumor, but it has really been making the rounds in a lot of the crypto news conglomerate type places. And, rumors like this are powerful. And you have to think to yourself, is it possible that this rumor is true? And I would say yes. It is possible that this rumor is true. Do you want to know why? Because, money talks, everybody. Money talks. And people that have those angel investors, those VC venture capitalist type people, they talk. All right. And it's no secret that Bitcoin ETFs are hitting historic 7.7 billion in trading volume. It is breaking records, everybody. It is breaking records. This is insane. Not going to get into the nuts and bolts in the story, but this right here, this is the story. Bitcoin ETFs hit historic 7.7 billion in trading volume. It's breaking records. People are talking, everyone. And a lot of people are asking, like, where is this pump coming from? Why is Bitcoin going up so fast? Why are my altcoins lagging behind? Because Bitcoin is running the show right now. This is how it works. Bitcoin dominance goes up. When Bitcoin dominance hits support resistance, it falls down. And that's when the alts have their chance to run. Alts generally move quicker than Bitcoin because Bitcoin's market cap is so big. It moves slow, but it moves, purposefully. So basically my point is a lot of people are kind of getting impatient with their altcoins. I have kind of seen some of that sentiment, especially if you are someone who you're only in a couple altcoins and you're kind of sitting on the side and you miss Solana and you miss Render, you missed a couple, when those types of things happen, my best suggestion is to not get impatient, to not chase the thing that already pumped, and double down on your conviction for sure, because now is certainly the time to be loading up. I mean, Bitcoin is at 63,000 and we are pre-halving. And I really think that is the biggest narrative that, every time when at the Bitcoin halving, take that price, multiply it by 4. That is the price at the top of the Bitcoin halving, at top of the bull run, a year and a half after the Bitcoin halving. I mean, I'm going to play it out as if that scenario is happening again. And the fact that we're at 63,000 pre-halving, it feels pretty good. So shout out to all 278 of you in the house right now. Thank you guys for being here. Hopefully that's 278 new millionaires about to be made in about a year or so. And right there, Mr. Mojo Ryzen JM, he says, quant has been slow, but no way I'm selling my quant. Exactly. I mean, and I do really seriously, Mr. Mojo, I think quant is really a perfect example of a coin that, I'm talking about like that. Because, is quant my top holding? No. Is it 10% of my public portfolio? Yes, it is. Here, let me pull up a better chart so you guys can see it. But this is kind of my point with charts like quant, right? Is First of all, we've seen how volatile this thing could get before. In the beginning of 2023, it went from, the $100 level has been a magnet for quant. I mean, look how many times it has, flirted with that $100, psychological level, time and time and time again, and support resistance level. It's psychological and physical. So look at this. In the beginning of 2023, the ball dropped. The ended 2022. 2023 starts. Quant spends the next 27 days pumping 59%. 59%. Quant knows how to move. You just got to be patient. All right. And then if you didn't sell at 162, we spent the next basically year falling half of that. But then guess what happened? We had this shakeout in September, October. And then in Q4 last year, Quant pumps 79% in 71 days. And I really think that this kind of tells the story, because if we consider, this downtrend here for Quant, all right, and then now if we consider the fact that since it broke out of this, it has been putting in, higher highs, higher lows, and even this most recent low is higher up than that low right here. So it is finally, kind of forming some form of uptrend, kind of like an ascending, broadening channel, so to speak. And, when you look at this, you might think to yourself like, well, you know how hard this thing has to pump to get back to the top of this? Oh, that can happen. That can happen. I can actually show you how that can happen. And we've seen, right here at the end of December, Quant move 43% in 9 days. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. And at least that it put in that high. I'm glad that it put in that high, even though we fell down. You know why? Because now we can load back up, and we know that just to retest the local high, we're going to get a 32% pump with our bags just to retest. So is this the coin I'm loading up on right now? Damn straight. And when you consider, this ascending, broadening wedge, like when is it going to come back to the top of here? You don't think this can happen? I'll show you. I'll show you how it happened. Let me find a better example of a Bitcoin chart, because that one has a bunch of marks on it. All my Bitcoin charts have a bunch of marks on them. But look at this. I'll just look. Bitcoin starts its uptrend. Okay. And now look at this. Look at that. Kind of a similar situation with Bitcoin with the ascending, broadening wedge. And you might think to yourself, back here when Bitcoin was down here, oh man, you know how high this thing has to go to get back to there? It did it. No problem. Look, bump. Ascending, broadening wedges, like kind of keep track of when it's opening like that, it is very possible for it to come back to the top of that. So hopefully similar scenario plays out with Quant. So a little bit of cheeky TA for you guys really quick. Quant price prediction. I'm sure there will be one coming here in a little bit. But yeah, so I am going to be filming a Cardano price prediction here relatively soon. Wanted to film it yesterday, but I made the cup and handle video for you guys instead. I felt like that video was much more pressing. That video would make a bigger impact on your financial journeys than me making a Cardano price prediction. But the Cardano price prediction will be coming soon. The Glitter Queen and I will be filming a couple videos while we're in Florida. My dad is flying in to Atlanta tonight, and tomorrow morning we are hitting the road headed to Daytona Supercross. So I will not be live streaming tomorrow. I should be live streaming on Monday. But this weekend I will be at the track with my pops and my girl. But we will still be making content. And I'm super excited to see a bunch of my friends racing and everything like that. Going to have a really good time in Daytona. All right. So I think now is a great time to bring on my guest for today's show. My guest today is no other than my friend Joshua at book.io. Right before I bring him on the stage, I do want to say that in case you got here a little bit later in the show, if you weren't here in the very beginning, we are doing a giveaway for book.io over on my Twitter. I will copy and paste this into the chat right now. If you want a chance to win one of these 3 book NFTs, all you have to do is like the post and comment your favorite book down below in the comment section on Twitter, and 3 people will be selected to win one of these 3 books. Big thank you to my friends over at book.io. So Joshua, man, how you doing? Thanks for coming on the show today.
Doing great. Thanks, AJ. I'm super excited to be here. Thanks for having me on today.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. So, for anybody in the audience that doesn't know what book.io is, how about just like a quick little brief overview, catching them up to speed?
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, at a high level, really, we think in the future, everybody is going to demand to own their digital assets. We think this is going to change the world. So a lot of people don't know this right now, but if you buy an ebook or an audiobook, or if you buy even a movie or you buy a video game, you actually own nothing. You just bought a license to look at that, which means it can be taken away from you at any time. Or if you unsubscribe from those services, you lose access to them. So what we did was we set out and we built a decentralized DRM, and that allows true ownership of those assets. So we started in books, and we're quickly moving into other medium as well. So we launched audiobooks, we're moving into music and video. And that's, kind of the premise of it, is that you can own those assets now. Then when you're done, reading them or watching them or interacting with them, you could resell them, or you could give them away, or you could loan them out.
Right. No, I mean, I mean, it makes complete sense when you look at like the progression. I always think about, I make this analogy like with the progression of anything. If you look at like music, right, from 8 tracks to cassettes to CDs to iPods to streaming, and so when you think of books, it makes complete sense, for that to progress as well. So what, like, so say someone gets a book on book.io, like, so what do they use to do it? Can they read it on their phones? Do they use tablets? Does it work on Kindles? Like, I'm just wondering.
Yeah, so we have native apps just like Kindle. So we have an iOS app and an Android app, and then we have a web reader as well. So you can read it on your tablet or your laptop or your phone on the go. So really trying to make it just as accessible, right? So like our bigger premise here is that there's only maybe roughly 100 million people that own crypto. However, there's over 1 billion people that buy ebooks every day across the planet. So we want to tap into that broader market and take kind of the infrastructure of Web3 and apply it to an existing, massive mass market, and bring those people into crypto.
No, I think that's a great tactic, for that mass adoption factor. I completely see it. There's always been a high demand, just off the top, Joshua, what's your favorite book? You have a favorite?
Oh, geez, my favorite book. Well, I'm reading a book. I'll give you one right now that I'm reading. It's about lucid dreaming. It's kind of random.
Lucid dreaming. Oh, what's the name of it?
I'm really into like neurohacking stuff. A lot of interesting things around how to optimize, mostly, right? Because we're, as you are too, right? We just joked before this that we don't really get to take breaks, right? We don't get to take vacation. So anything I can use to try to optimize or come up with. So the lucid dreaming thing I think is interesting, because you can try to be creative while you're sleeping, which is an intriguing idea.
Yeah. What's the name of the book?
It's called Lucid Dreaming. It's by
it's called Lucid Dreaming. Okay, I'm sorry.
I think it's by an author like Stephen Labarge or something like that. Okay. Yeah, he's like like some kind of doctorate psychologist that studies dreaming.
Awesome. Yeah, I read like a bunch of sort of like motivational type books. Like the books I have back here are The 12 Rules for Life, Atomic Habits, The Power of Now, and The 4 Agreements. All 4 very good books. I grew up like kind of reading like Chuck Palahniuk type books, like Invisible Monsters, Fight Club, stuff like that. But yeah, I've always been big on reading. I'm actually working on my own book right now. It's called like The Playbook. It's kind of like a strategy book for crypto traders to get better at trading. And there's like there's a lot involved. I'll have another conversation with you later on.
Yeah. But we'd love to get it. That'd be great.
Yeah, we'd put it on book.io. That'd be dope. I'd love that. So tell me like more about like the progression of book.io, like kind of like, in the past, how has it grown over like the past year, and like where do you see it coming out in like, in the next couple of years, like as we get into the bull run?
So, kind of, the brief background is myself and my co-founder, Ben, we had another ebook company that we started back around 2009, 2010. We grew that up. We ended up selling it to private equity. And so we have a lot of experience. So we kind of come to the crypto industry as people from like the technology side of publishing, and not necessarily just kind of coming at this like out of the blue. So we have a lot of those existing relationships. So we were able to start with some really kind of key investors in the publishing industry. 2 of which one is Ingram Content, is the biggest physical book distributor on the planet. And if you buy a book from Amazon, chances are Amazon uses Ingram to fulfill all that. And then also Bertelsmann, which owns Penguin Random House, which is the world's largest trade book publisher. And then also Mark Cuban, one of our other investors, which is kind of
Oh.
a separate topic. But so we came in with kind of this premise and directive of how do we get this launched and how do we really make this accessible for publishers and authors. So we launched a little over, or I guess coming up on 2 years ago, we launched our first book. We kind of did things differently. Like we did launch a token recently, but we built the entire platform first and launched it and started launching these assets. So the difference in what we do versus what kind of the traditional, maybe, sort of NFT approach is that since we have this decentralized DRM, only the person that owns the book can read it. So it is completely decentralized. It is totally, all the asset is on chain, but only the person that owns it can view it, as opposed to everything being publicly viewable. So to date, we've launched just over almost 100 and almost 200 titles. We're at I think 187, which is we've sold about 220,000 units, which kind of maybe sounds big, but in the grand scheme of publishing, what we're really after are the almost 30 million book titles, right? So we want to take 30 million book titles. We want to make editions of all of those. So what we're really after are literally billions and billions of NFTs, and taking all of the humanity's knowledge and putting it on chain so it's preserved.
Wow. And I also feel like, that would be advantageous for the authors as well, to go this route instead of the traditional route. Is that a fair assumption?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like you're doing a great job, doing my pitch for me. This is great. You have great questions. So you're exactly right. It is a big issue with publishing and authors in particular, right? Because if they're selling through Amazon, and any author could tell you this, if they sell through Amazon, they get zero data back, right? They don't know who actually read their book. They can't connect with their audience, which is kind of crazy, because every other industry and marketing in general, right, is built around the idea that you communicate with your customer. They don't have that ability, and so once we put it on chain too, it opens up a tremendous amount of other opportunities where they can get paid on those secondary sales for the residual sales, which has never existed before. And some of the interesting stuff we're doing with Ingram is combining print and ebooks together. So you could purchase a single unit, and you could get maybe the ebook, the audiobook, and the physical book sent to you in just a single purchase, which just kind of only makes sense so that everybody can choose to read however they want to read.
Wow. We have a super chat from Donna May that says the banned book series is pretty awesome. Is that a thing? You guys have banned books?
Yeah, I mean, banned books are pretty wild. There's a tremendous amount of books that are banned every year, and so we started a series. We do a lot of different book series, and that's another thing for authors too, that we kind of do some of these series and stuff as demonstrations for authors to give them ideas of how they could look at their own catalog of books. But yeah, with the banned books in particular, it's kind of a focus on these really classic books that have been banned, and you have everything in a banned spectrum, right? That you've had, Harry Potter banned by, certain groups. You've had, the Bible banned by other groups. You've got it's all over this huge spectrum of different groups that are trying to ban it. So we're much more interested in giving people the ability. So I think there's a difference there that gets confused around banning a book versus access, right? Because it gets real into your kids and your children and what you want them to read and stuff like that. And so we're very much interested in we recently just did the three largest religious texts. We did the Bible, we did the Quran, and we did the Tanakh, which I'm probably pronouncing wrong.
Wow.
But we put all of those on chain too, so they can't be manipulated. Because there's some stuff coming out of China where they're actually manipulating religious texts in line to alter the messages of those texts for people that are accessing those digitally, and there's no way to really know if that's been changed or not.
Right. Yeah, I feel like that has been a common strategy from people trying to decentralize, say, the internet, so they can't go back and erase stories that have been written and stuff like that. I really appreciate that narrative. Another question that I have is that people obviously could be using this to read books digitally. It's easier, but is there a market for people trading, flipping books, if they were other NFTs? And what do people look for if they're trying to buy a book and sell it? Is that a strategy you see?
Yeah, absolutely. So we use a lot of AI actually to we have built some AI systems where we can ingest an entire book. The AI understands and figures out who all the characters are in the book and all the sort of scenes from it, and then it outputs art. So then we work with an author to create, like, instead of a book having a single book cover, it could have 1,000 different book covers, right? And it could be based off of what happens within that book. And then within that, we can build rarity charts. So some books are, and all the books are numbered as well, right? So some books are more unique than others, which is going to lead into the printing side of what we're doing too, where you could actually order a single printed book and you will have the only book with that cover anywhere in the world. So there's a lot of really cool things that we can build in on that rarity side, but that's what leads into the secondary market. So once you have the book, then you can obviously give it to anybody. It functions just like a crypto asset. But you could also go and sell it on different third-party marketplaces. So we've actually deployed to 4 different blockchains too. We've deployed to Cardano first, then to Ethereum, Polygon, and Algorand. So all of there's obviously markets on all of those. So they trade, wherever.
Awesome. So I do want to give you a quick look at the site here. The recent releases minting now. We have the How to Win the Sport of Business by Mark Cuban. I feel like that would probably be a pretty good book to read. I personally might pick that up. And the SBF book looks pretty interesting as well. Just kind of checking out the site right here for a minute. And as you can see, like the Gutenberg Bible, for instance, you see the floor price for this is $1,000 USD. I actually think I might have that. I might have that in a Nami wallet somewhere.
I hope you're balling so hard you just got $1,000 just accidentally laying around. That's awesome.
No. I mean, I got it like when book like a year ago when this awesome. Like really picked up. I think it is in a Nami wallet somewhere. But what I wanted to talk about
is unique because if you have it, we have a great Discord. Like, our community has been great. It's like it's more of like a social movement of just that idea of like people demanding to own their social things. But if you have the Gutenberg, that was our first book that we ever did as sort of an homage to the printing press. So it's actually in Latin. So unless you can read Latin, you can't even read it, but you can use it to get access to our Discord channel, a particular channel on our Discord that is kind of where we drop like, nuggets and kind of new release type information, alpha news, that type of stuff.
Nice. So each like book has its own market cap,
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
that's how it works.
Our total kind of market cap of the just under the 200 titles that we've done is around $27 million, which is pretty, phenomenal considering when you start, to multiply that out and say, okay, if there were millions of titles, like what is a potential market cap, right? Because the underlying question then is, what would the potential market cap be of all digital assets in the future, right? If your music had a value, if your movies had a value, if even like podcasts, right? If those had values, you could collect those episodes. They all have a floor and their own sort of individual market cap. So we just kind of see this future where not only are we going to, we have obviously seen, decentralization of money, but the decentralization of all of our media as well, which I think is just going to be massive, massive market.
Awesome. Yeah, man. I'm with you on that. I mean, it's already has grown. I mean, I remember I got like a couple giveaways cards from book.io like a year ago. And I just remember thinking like, oh, this is such a killer idea. This thing's going to rip. And it's awesome to see like over the past year. I also believe I met you guys at Rare Evo as well in Colorado.
That's right. Yeah.
So,
that's right. Colorado. Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me about the book stake pool. What chain is it on? Just tell me about all the things with this. I'm interested to learn about it.
Yeah, for sure. So
Cardano right there, obviously.
We're on Cardano. We just launched a stake pool on Cardano, but we actually we announced too that we're actively building a token bridge. So we're bridging the token as well. So it'll be available as an ERC token as well. We just launched, like I said earlier, we didn't launch the token until after we had kind of built everything out. And the purpose of our token actually has a lot of built-in utility. And the purpose long term is to launch a read to earn system. So people are incentivized to actually read their books, which has never existed before, obviously with print books, but even with this kind of traditional ebook model. So we launched the token in October. I think it's already trading up over 3x, which is super exciting. Not financial advice, by the way. But we have exciting plans for it. There's a lot built in because unlike a lot of other projects, like we actually have a product that we sell every day. We try to mint every day, usually Monday through Friday. We're minting a new book every day. It generally sells out almost every single time when we launch a new book. The stake pool is a great way to participate on the Cardano side to stake your ADA and earn book. But yeah, we've got a ton of plans on the token side, and it's going really well.
Awesome. Hey, I love to hear it. Well, Joshua, man, thank you so much for coming on the show. Thanks for teaching everybody about book.io. Maybe we'll circle back in a couple months if you have any more updates or anything like that. Love to stay involved. Obviously I'm a big reader. I'm a big advocate of people, like taking the time to study and to learn more, education, all that. That's definitely how I got to where I am in crypto, by actually taking the time out of my day to sit down and read something. And I feel like, that is an element people are missing lately with all the content, with all the videos. I feel like people are just missing out on that crucial part. And it's really important to me. So that's like really why I wanted to have you come on to help, advocate that to the audience. So man, I really appreciate your time. Thanks so much for coming on.
I appreciate you having me on. Thanks, AJ.
Totally. Talk soon.
Okay.
All right. Bye. Awesome. Big shout out to my guy, Joshua, over at book.io. I just want to say, everybody, that was not a paid ad, in case anybody was wondering. Do I do paid spots on my show sometimes? Yes, I do. Was this one paid? No, it wasn't. Because I talked to those guys at Rare Evo, and I talked to them a little while back, just about what they're doing. And I think what they're doing is awesome. I am a big advocate for, someone just sitting down and reading a book. I feel like people are losing that. And that bums me out. It bums me out because I have so many good memories, just sitting by a fire, next to Jada, just reading a book. I love doing that. And it drives me crazy that more people aren't taking time to do that, And, so I don't want anything from them. I want to help them because I think what they're doing is cool. And, it's not about the money. It's about, helping people that are doing good things. And that's what matters the most to me. So, and also Mark Jackson said Rare Evo was awesome for sure. And Rare Evo is going to be even better, because this earbud in my ear is killing me. This thing is murdering my ear. Rare Evo this next coming year is going to be so much fun. My headphones died, but I can hear myself talk from here. But Rare Evo is going to be a blast. It's going to be in Vegas at Caesars Palace. We already have our tickets. Could not be more excited. So if you guys are coming to Rare Evo, know that AJ and the Glitter Queen will be there. We're going to have so much fun. Definitely shout out to the homies over at Rare Evo. And I'm pretty sure, Cardano is going to be there. Still not 100% on the whole lineup, but I think they're still building it as well. So we're going to see. But definitely anybody in the chat, if you want a really good time this summer in Las Vegas, come to Rare Evo in August. It's going to be a blast. My guy Jason Owen, that's where I got to meet Jason. That's right, back at Rare Evo in Colorado. That was a great time. Dan O Crypto, AJ, come on the channel. Go to channel. Let's see Dan O Crypto. Oh, okay. I remember you, Dano. You came to Hit Network one time. I remember that. Good to see you, man. Thanks for being here, bro. Appreciate you. I'm not against the idea. Not against it. All right. So let's go into a couple stories. Want to look at a couple charts. About 15 minutes left in the show. I might be able to go a little bit over today, mainly because I was supposed to do a roundtable today with Mario. I think it got pushed back to next week, which is totally fine because I have my Algorand space at 2 p.m. So, I have more time to prepare for that without doing the space with Mario. I like doing spaces with Mario. And also I'm doing another Twitter space tonight at 8 p.m. with my friends over at Altcoin Daily and Boomerang. So make sure you check that Twitter space out as well tonight at 8 p.m. All right, so let's go through a couple stories here. All right, where did I put that other tab? 1 second. Sorry for the little delay here. I can't wait till I have somebody that presses all the buttons for me. That's going to be so much fun. All right. So I did talk about this story, I think, yesterday. Cardano soars 25%, but I am feeling very, very bullish on Cardano. And I want to say that, the March, okay? I think March is going to be a hot month for crypto coming up. I think this is just for Cardano itself, but we're talking in the past 2 years, 23 and 22, 18 and 13%. And also I think this next March here is going to be a big one for Cardano. I really do. I think just for altcoins in general, especially even when you look at, I'll even put some game theory into this. Let me go to trade. Oh, not that. Trading view. I want to show you guys why I think altcoins are going to have a really good time in March. Total 3. So total 3 chart is all the altcoins and the stable coins subtracted, no Bitcoin, no Ethereum involved here, all the market caps added together. All right. And as you can see, we are 612 billion and some change, 0.6, love to see that. And what I want to point out here is the support resistance levels that we're getting through. All right. So, I mean, remember, as 2024 started, we were kind of buried behind in this little range here. We've recently broke through that range and broke through that range almost simultaneously. All right. Not bad at all. But what I want to point out, the point that truly matters here is that when you zoom out and look at the entire chart, you will realize that this value area, this one, where all this happened, this is the juice. This is the juice. And everything below that is the other value area. Okay, so there's value area 1, which is the juice, and value area 2, which is the garbage. All right, so we are getting back into the juice and away from the garbage. Once total 3 gets above 634.5 billion, we will officially be back above this support resistance level right here, right there, and we will be back in the higher value area. Getting above that support resistance level for the total 3 is imperative, and I believe that if we can get above this level, in March, let's look at the next support resistance level. I would probably consider, let me zoom over a little bit. This one right here, okay? This one, okay? Because you consider that it touched here, and this one right here is actually a little bit higher. But right around that same place. So that is obviously a big SR level at 818 billion on the total 3. So, and remember, total 3 is all the altcoins. This is all the altcoin charts smashed together. And look at how this thing has moved before. Through, boom, boom, boom. You see that? This thing moves in that range, okay? And we're talking from 634 billion to 818 billion is 29%. And when you consider 29% of $634 billion, we're talking well over 100 billion, almost 100. And I can't do mental math on the spot right now because my brain hurts and I'm sick. But, we're talking a lot of money right here. Okay, so keep a close eye on the total 3. If I were you, I would set an alarm on the total 3. I'll set one right here to show you. I'm going to click this line at 236 billion. I'm going to press the 3 dots right here. I'm going to click, excuse me, wrong thing. Click this line. I'm going to click the little clock right here. I'm going to click only once because I only want that alarm to go off once and break my eardrums one time. But there you go. So now I will know when this breaks, and you guys should set that alarm as well. Awesome. Let me check the chat here for a minute. We got my guy, Bit Carprick. Hey, Jay, when do you think the current bull run officially began? That's a good question. This is something that Ben and I have argued at length about privately and on Crypto Crossfire. Personally, I think he's wrong. But so to look at this, to measure, where did the Bitcoin bull run actually start? Let's look at, say, the 5-day chart. All right. So obviously, everybody, I can't believe Bitcoin's almost back to all-time highs. I mean, look how close it was to even hitting that April level. You know what I mean? Just below it. I hope that's not the rejection. If that was the local top, if yesterday was the local top, that would actually kind of suck because it would be a lower high. I mean, it could just turn around and go, but I would hate to see a bleed out kind of scenario. That would suck. Just looking at chart. Oh, you guys can't even see the chart I'm looking at. 1 second. I'm sorry. There's the chart I'm looking at. All right. So When did the bull run start? Good question. I would say, in my mind, that some people, the problem with this question is that some people will say the day after the bottom is the beginning of the bull. So that would have been around November 22. We're up 305% in 475 days. That's it. That right here, the bottom would be the beginning of the bull run. I disagree with that sentiment because from a move from 16 to 24 is not a bull run. You know what I mean? Like that's not how it works in my mind. I mean, and in all fairness, you could say the bear market started the day after the top, right? The bear market started right here and we lost, 77%. That could be how some people interpret it. Me, that's not how I interpret it. Personally, I interpret it in, how we were talking about like the value area on the total 3 chart, like, this is the up and this is the down. I would consider, why there's a lot of lines on this chart, but this one right here is the big giant yellow line because that line was the deal breaker for me. That line was the deal breaker for me. One, the $32,000 level. I'll draw this line again so you guys can really see it. This level right here, this one, that one was big for me. That one was big for me because we got rejected from it twice in 23, and then in Q4 we finally broke above. And if you went off of that support resistance line, that was a really big deal breaker. You could consider that the beginning of the bull run, the break of the $32,000 level. You also could consider the break of the $38,000 level, the beginning of the bull run, because if you look in the past year, this level has been tested a lot back here. And breaking above that is kind of like because like the $32,000 level could be considered, but when you look at the ranges, like that was still like below this level too. And like we're not even in the value range of the previous bull market. So breaking 32 was imperative, but I think breaking 37, 38 was the beginning of the bull market because that's when we got back into this range here. I hope that answers your question, but the answer to that question is honestly purely up to interpretation, to be honest with you. So I hope that answers it. Did you get a chance to check out AIT? I looked at their Twitter, but nothing else past that. The Crypto Alliance supports AJ Wright's crypto. Well, thank you, friends. I appreciate that. You guys rock. Oh my God, Dragon76. I put $1,000 into a 20x long on Bitcoin at 16,500 on an exchange. They closed it and locked my account for being in the US. Dragon, all you got to do is get a PAL ID, a PAL ID. Simple, bro. It takes like 3 weeks to come in the mail. You got it. Hayden Schaefer, how are you doing this morning, AJ? To be honest with you, I'm a little under the weather. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sure some of you can hear it in my voice. I want to push through. Obviously, like there's no sick days. I don't believe in being sick. I don't let myself go, oh, I don't feel good. I'll just like keep going because I'm crazy. But I do feel a little sick. But I'm pushing through. Very busy day. Or use a VPN. Precisely. Book is an amazing project. Great to see Joshua on here. For sure. Much love to book.io. I hope their website's pretty clean too. I think that they're going to do really good things. And I'm certainly bullish on it. I need to go check my NAMI wallets to see if I have the Gutenberg Bible. I'm pretty sure I do. And I just didn't really know how important it was. Want to check out a couple of charts here. The last couple minutes of the show. Let me pull this over. Let me know in the chat if you guys want to see any specific charts here. We will I'll go over like maybe 4 or 5 charts. If you want to any call out charts, I'm totally fine with jumping in there. All right, so look everybody, Algorand 3-day chart. You can really see that cup and handle in the 3-day. Look at that. Look how beautiful that cup and handle is. I mean, some cup and handles are not this cut and dry. Algorand's cup and handle is just perfect. And look at the curvature of the money flow coming down, the anchor wave, trigger wave. Guys, I am not going to lie. I am a pretty humble person. But I called this right here at 9 cents as the bottom for Algorand. I called it. Go back and look. I called it. Okay. And from here to where we are now, we're talking 144%. Not bad at all. And the really big thing with Algorand here is that we need to get above this breakout point, everybody. This is one of the coins that is still below that breakout point, which is the breakout point is also the local high from Christmas time. 15% away from the breakout point. Once we get to the breakout point, I already have the measured move drawn on here from my video yesterday. So from where we are right now to the top of the measured move, I mean, we are talking an 88% gain to 41 cents. And that actually makes complete sense in terms of, how Algorand moves. I remember back in 22, Algorand did spend a good amount of time, kind of trading between, 28 cent level and 40 cent level. Like, look at this little value area right here. Would be really good to see Algorand get back into this range. I kind of feel like once Algorand gets to that range, it is likely to test this. All right. So I kind of feel like once we get out of, this little, once the cup and handle projects us, out of this little hole we're in, I feel like that is Algorand's ticket to getting out of the basement, so to speak. All right. And I really feel like we could even, at least in the short term, get up to the top of the support resistance of 45 cents, which would be 106% pump from right here. And really you kind of zoom out and you realize, where Algorand has been in the past, everybody, look at this thing. Look at it. We are all the way the hell down here. Okay. There's a long way to run. And I think Algorand, is going to be a big mover. Some people are sleeping on it. I wouldn't do that. They're taking this shit very seriously. I got to give it to them. Cass. I'll look at the book chart. I look at Caspa. I'll look at Jasmine. That's cool. I don't really know Corey. I'm gonna skip that one, bro. Sorry. All right, let's look at Jasmine. Jasmine. My homie Eric says my Algorand bags are fucking packed. Let's go, bro. I love it. I absolutely love it. All right, look, we've obviously been here on this chart. Don't tell me we've never talked about Jasmine on this chart. Look at where we've been. All right, and I even have an arrow drawn on this level. I just loaded this chart. There's that arrow I drew. You know what that arrow was? That arrow was telling you to set an alarm on this level. Don't make me pay one of my editors to go back and tell you when I said to set an alarm on this level. Because I remember saying it on this show. I don't know what day I said it, but it was well before it pumped up. I will pay someone to go find that clip. I swear to God. But anyway, and there was also this little level here. So even from this level, Jasmine's up 147%, well above 2 cents. And also, Jasmine's outside the top 100, but could easily interpret this, cup handle. There it is again. I'm telling you, cup and handles pay the bills, everybody. Cup and handles absolutely pay the bills. Brian, I'm not going to look at charts that I don't know. You know what I mean? Because some people, project people, that will come on here and ask me to look at a chart of something I don't know, and it's just really them just shilling their project that's outside the top 600. So if I don't know what it is, I'm not going to look at it. Yeah, but Jasmine, but this is a 3-day chart, keep in mind, right? And also you got to so let's look at a 2-hour here. Obviously, did not mean to draw that. Obviously, Jasmine is going to, kick and buck a little bit now that it has pumped as hard as it has. I mean, even if you got in, last night. Wait, where's the? Oh, okay. So it is. How long has this been right here? So this is the day and 20 hours. So in the past 2 days. Okay. I was kind of confused about the time frame there for a second. But what I will say is that we'd really like to see Jasmine hold this 188. Okay. Anytime you're really starting to move up, you want to see the previous high become the previous low. Kind of works like a staircase like that. And then, like that. We like to see that happen time and time again. A lot of really good moves happen like that. But this one was kind of pretty easy to detect if you kind of went off this low and drew that out and then just set an alarm on the downtrend. When that broke, you could have went long. Be up, about 17%. Quick little trick right there. But yeah, man, it looks like it's still turning around. I mean, really, like, am I going to tell anybody to go long on something that pumped this hard? Absolutely not. But what I would say really is to this level has already seemed to be support resistance, right here. Set an alarm on that level if you're holding and you're not sure what to do. I mean, be careful, especially when things pump this hard. I'm not going to tell you to hold. I mean, to not, will Jasmine go further than this in the top of the bull run? Yeah. But when things move this hard, they tend to fall pretty hard as well. So I just want you to be aware of that. All right. Oh, Jasmine is now in the top 100. Well, yesterday when I made my cup and handle video, it was not in the top 100 yet. It was at 106. I looked yesterday. V-Chain. Okay, I can do V-Chain. V-Chain. I cannot wait for UFC 299, man. I'm too excited. Previous tweet I had drawn around there. All right, so let's get rid of some of these little shabibs here. Bloom, 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 bloom. All right, so hopefully we don't have a bearish divergence forming on the daily. Okay, price go up, oscillator go down. Would hate to see that. But really, this blue line right here is the support resistance from way back in the day, from over here. All right. So we'd really like to see V-Chain stay above 4.5 cents. Okay, that it's imperative that it stays above 4.5 cents because, look at this is, this, like, just with the other charts, this is all hell. This is the bad value area. And then once you come up here, this is the good value area. All right. And actually move pretty quick between here. Similar to H-bar with 20 cents, I would imagine V-Chain, once it really gets above 5 cents, it would probably go to above 8.2 pretty quick and then return to this value area up here between 8 cents to 16 cents. I would like to say that it will move similar to H-bar because I don't want it to spend that much time in this range. I'd like to see it go. I mean, when I say move fast, I mean like in a month or so, but V-Chain, I don't know. I mean, this is kind of, if you want to call this a cup and handle, you might be able to, but it's kind of it's one of the really crooked ones, like this, you know what I mean? So in these situations, do you measure, this as the breakout point because of the level here that makes the cup, or would you just draw it from there? It's kind of like, question, not really sure. But if you wanted to define that as a head and shoulders, you'd go like that, and the measured move would be around 6 cents, which isn't really that far. We're 24% away from that already. So big shout out to V-Chain. I've always been bullish on V-Chain. Super excited to go see the UFC fight with the V-Chain boys here in 2 weekends. It's gonna be a really good time. Can't wait. Or a Supercross prediction. Marsh wants a Supercross prediction. Deegan did ride good at Daytona last year. I was there. That was his first podium. I want to say probably like McAdoo. I think McAdoo is going to come out swinging. I feel like he's finally realized that he's in the running and that if anybody's going to stop Danger Boy, it's probably going to be him. So either McAdoo or Max Anstey, I think I would like to see them do good. But if Danger Boy gets a whole shot, he's gone. And then the 450 class, I think Beast Mode has woke up a little bit from that comeback ride in Arlington. And I think Eli Tomac is probably going to lay the hammer down in Daytona. Beast Mode's back in action. I think Jet is finding his speed, got the red plate, but he's nothing for Eli at Daytona. If Jet beats Eli at Daytona, everybody should just go home. All right, so there's my little Supercross talk right there. All right, I'm going to look at H-bar, and then I'm going to get the hell out of here. I got an interview to prepare for, and I really don't feel good, but I do just want to tough it out and do a show for you guys since I'm not doing one tomorrow. And I appreciate each and every one of you. There are 300 people in the house. Thank you all for being here. I really, really, really appreciate all your support. Make sure you subscribe and like the channel if you haven't already, and like the video if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate it. It's none of the 2 things you can do that really support the channel. And also, if you want to improve your trading game, you want to get better at trading, you will need to be trading on the best platform to trade, and that is no other than my sponsor of the channel, PHEMEX. Man, I've just been trading so much, and it's so easy to trade on PHEMEX. I feel like some places make you jump through all these hoops. It's confusing to set a stop loss. Everything with PHEMEX is cut and dry, straightforward. I will be filming my how-to series for PHEMEX here pretty soon for anybody who's new and needs to figure out how to get it going. But seriously, and there's a lot of coins that you can't get on Coinbase, you can get on PHEMEX. So definitely check it out if you haven't already. You do not need to KYC to sign up for PHEMEX, but anytime you're trading crypto, always use a VPN. Big shout out to PHEMEX. Link down below in the description. All right. Boom. All right, here we are at the H bar chart. We'll do this chart and then we'll head home. All right. So, man, so looking at the 2 hour. Before I look at the 2 hour, I want to look at the daily. And similar to VeChain, right? You see this area, it does not spend much time here. Okay. It just came straight down. All right. Straight down. The volume's actually up here with H bar. And as you see, this cup and handle, kind of double cup and handle, has finally broke out. Yeah, let me find a better H bar chart that doesn't have all the marks on it. Okay, here we go. So if you look at, this kind of double cup and handle idea, okay. Boom. Kind of pull to the bottom. Boom. Come to the top. As you can see, H bar already passed the breakout point right there. Bang. From where we are to that is still 31% to 15 cents based off the measured move. But guess what? There are no support resistance levels between here and here. I mean, if you want to count this one, you could. And the interesting about that one is that it's basically at the top of the measured move because it did hiccup here on its way down right there. So, oops. And then also, I mean, H bar is above this little level as well, which is good to see. I mean, so basically what we really want to see with H bar, to be completely honest with you, is step number one is to not go back below 10 cents. H bar just has to stay above 10 cents. We'd even like to see, if we kind of really zoom in to the more recent price action, we would really like to see how it's putting higher lows. I'd really like to see this respected at the minimum. Okay. We'd really like to see that respected. So kind of got a little channel right here. Okay. So let's see how this channel, if it stays inside the boundaries of this channel. I mean, and so what I'm saying is that, even if it comes down to, 10.87%, as long as it bounces off this, we're alive. Okay. We'd like to see it stay in this channel. So it looks like it's coming down momentarily on the 2 hour. On the 12-minute, it actually looks like it's about to hook around. So it would be good to see it hold for scalp trading purposes. It would be good to see it hold here. And then probably could get a little long in the short term from here to here, 5%. Probably a nice little trade right there for H bar if you want to get in it. Glitter Queen says, AJ, you got me sick. No, Glitter Queen, you got me sick. It's your fault. And I will make a how-to video on PHEMEX, 100%. Yeah. So also, I this Telegram group, I'm still working details out with the PAL guys. I want to get the group started before we get the PAL bot in there, just to kind of get the infrastructure going. So I will be moving on this pretty soon. There will be like a free type chat room group coming on PHEMEX eventually, but the Telegram group obviously is going to be a paid group because it's going to be like a straight alpha group. I'm going to be putting all my notes, all my trades, everything I do, super public, all in the Telegram. The thing is that I want you guys to see what you're getting before you pay for it. And so what I'm going to do is, if you sign up for PHEMEX using my link and can prove that, I will give you 10 days or 2 weeks, haven't decided, in the Telegram alpha group for free. and then you can get a feel for if it's something you actually want to do or not. I'm not going to like make you pay to get in the door if you sign up for PHEMEX using my link, or if you have already signed up for PHEMEX using my link and can prove that, then I will give you free access for, maybe 2 weeks. And then if you like the group, you can stay in. If you don't like the group, all good, no problem. So I did want you guys to give you a heads up on that. How much are you thinking for the alpha group? Probably like $30 a month, maybe 40. I'm not sure. It's not going to be 50. I can tell you that. Maybe because I know with having the PAL bot isn't free for me. You know what I mean? So I don't know like what the cut is there or anything, but I really would like to have the PAL bot in the Telegram group just because no one's doing that. They're like, I am the beta test for them to do this. So, if they want 50%, I'm just going to do a normal alpha group. If they want 10%, I'll do it. But because they're not, it's just a bot that runs. Like you don't get half my group because you have a bot. Like, no. So, we have to figure that part out still. But we have been talking about it a lot, and they said that, they'd get back to me on the cut. So a little insider information for you guys there. I know I have this pimple on my face, which drives me crazy. Anyway, yeah, so I think $30 isn't crazy. And what I am also thinking is that so definitely you'll get a free little bit if you sign up using my PHEMEX link. And then I'll do like $30 for a month. But then if you want to pay it for a whole year, I'll probably it would be $360 if you paid for each month every month. I'll probably do like a year for $250 or something. So you get, $110 off. And if you pay for the year, you also get an exclusive like get rich or get wrecked hoodie, a Grogger hoodie or t-shirt that you can only get if you are in the Telegram group. So I want to do some fun stuff like that with Grogger. I do need to get in touch with David. We were supposed to have a Grogger drop come out this week, but he actually changed his mind on the design and wants to do a different design. So, quality over quantity. I obviously would like to be much more active with Grogger, but I am having my website worked on right now. This stuff takes time. You know what I mean? Like I don't have a full team doing this stuff. I have a couple people helping me out, but really it's completely up to me. So, and like I was supposed to have my website done a month ago and I paid someone to do it and they still haven't done it. So it's just kind of like, if you want to get anything done, you have to do it yourself. And, I am still at that point where I don't want to hire a bunch of people. I just want to build it like by myself as much as I can until the point I have to hire people. I do have editors and stuff like that, but in terms of building out, having the website, building out Grogger, I mean, I'm only one person, so I am giving it help, but I do want to let Grogger Nation know that once we get the website going, there will be much. I want to have a new shirt. I want to have a new design come out every 2 weeks minimum. You know what I mean? And I want that to be like a big push in crypto, especially where we are in the market right now before the bull run. It is completely time to be doing the Telegram group, to be doing Get Rich or Get Wrecked, because if it takes a year for all this stuff to happen, I'm already missing out on what should have been happening this whole time. So obviously, so I just wanted to keep you guys plugged in on what's going on and what I'm doing, because I'm going to be gone tomorrow. Live stream will be back on Monday. I will have, obviously, today at 2 p.m. I have my Twitter space with the Algorand people. If you missed the live space, I will be putting a recording video of it up probably over the weekend. I wanted to have a Cardano price prediction for you guys. It might not come until Monday or Tuesday. I don't think I'll have time to film it today, but the Cardano price prediction is coming. And of course, there will be a portfolio update with myself and the Glitter Queen this weekend as well. So with that being said, can we buy Grogger merch with Ben? No, we don't have anything like that set up. The Grogger merch is through one of my sponsors, CryptoChips.io, and you can only get Grogger merch on CryptoChips.io. But eventually what's going to happen is that I'm going to move off of CryptoChips, and Grogger will be on its own website with its own distribution. And David from CryptoChips will still be the designer for Grogger. So we still have that connection, but it's not going to be on CryptoChips website. So once we make the transition to Grogger, that will be when I'll be able to do integrations like that and stuff like that. And, we're really building this thing out. I know it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time. But I'm really focusing on trying to build some, a platform that no one else in crypto is doing. Like, well, let's really think about how many things I'm working on right now. I have my channel. I have daily, trying to do at least 3 to 4 videos outside of the live stream. I have the live stream. I do the Twitter spaces all the time. I'm writing a book in the background. I'm working on Get Rich or Get Wrecked. I'm working on another book in the background. I have friends. I'm really, and I'm working on my Telegram group as well. So it's just like, I'm doing like a lot of jobs, and I don't think people completely see, they're like, why hasn't this happened? Or why hasn't this happened? I'm just like, well, man, like slow down. Like, I'm only one person. So awesome. Andy Philpott, man. I'm not doing, it is Thursday. Fuck, Andy. You kind of got my boss on advice here. All right. I'm doing Andy's portfolio and I'm leaving. Good timing, Andy. It is Thursday. If it wasn't Thursday, bro, I'd be like, nope, you're beat and leave. All right. Let's do this portfolio. I'm saving it to my photos. I'm pulling it over. No more portfolios, though. I'm serious. Andy's, you're the only one today. I didn't even think about it because I had the interview with Josh from book.io. I didn't even think about portfolio reading. Yo. Hey, you want to grade this portfolio with me? Huh? Oh, you got the live stream. That's right. All right. Jay Change doesn't care about you guys. He just told me.
I love you.
No, he doesn't care.
I gotta do this, right? That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Eat. All right, Andy Philpott. All right, $80,000. He has 3% OP, 3.6 SHIB, Mana, SKL, XLM, XRP, Aave, Gala, Atom, Cody, Dot, 27% Ethereum. For some reason, he typed the whole thing backwards, and I was confused as hell. Like, is this thing going to add up to 100? And then I saw the last 3 picks. Like, oh, okay, it does. So it's Ethereum, Dot, Cody, Gala, Atom, Aave, XRP, XLM, Mana, no. Shiba Inu, I get it, but not for me. Optimism, I'm warming up to Optimism, although I hate the tokenomics. XLM, absolutely not. And why would you hold XLM and XRP in the same portfolio? The Aave and Atom pick, I don't hate. The Gala pick is meh. The Cody Dot, I don't hate. Ethereum, I mean, you have so much Ethereum. But Andy, the problem here is that you don't have a goal. And Brumfield already told you. The Glitter Queen and Jason Owen already told you. And Stephen Kimbrough has also filled a few pots in his day. Oh, that's very funny. Yeah, Eddie C. I'll get some vitamin C and Vink after I do this portfolio interview. And man, I'm just so busy, bro. I don't have time to be sick, fam. And my dad's flying in today. That should be fun. Crypto Trucker Mike. Yes, I work with Ben. Ben and I we're in the same building. We are 2 crypto influencers influencing crypto, bro. It's nothing crazy. So Andy, yeah, I was sitting here stalling, waiting for Andy to give me a goal. And then he sends another $5 and just laughs with a chicken gif but no goal. I think he's laughing because he doesn't have a goal. Well, you're not going to be laughing if you don't have a goal. If you take it to the top, you don't sell. Kyle Kosh, thank you for getting me into Arweave. You are welcome. Andy, even without a goal. All right, 4X. Thank God. Okay, I was about to be like, bro. 4X, fine. If you were going to say 10X with this portfolio, I would have laughed and ended the show. But you're only looking for a 4X. I get that. I mean, if that's what you're trying to do, you're only looking for a 4. I feel like this portfolio could easily do that. I think, you're very lopsided in Ethereum, very, very top heavy portfolio. I would never suggest doing that. I don't hate your spread of altcoins. If anything, like, I don't mind how they're broken down either. I mean, let's see here. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 coins in the portfolio. So you might have, I just hope you manage this correctly. I know $80,000 is a lot of money, and I don't want you to mistime anything in this portfolio because there's too many coins and you're not selling them at the correct time. But outside of that, as long as you have time to properly manage this portfolio, Andy, I don't completely hate it. but I would advise to not be so top heavy, especially in such a high market cap coin. But in the same breath, you're only looking for a 4x. And Rate My Portfolio is less about my bias. It's less about what I would do, and it's more about the likelihood of you achieving your goal. And considering your goal is only a 4x, I would say with a pretty fair high degree of certainty that you are likely to achieve your goal, and that is what matters. Therefore, I will give you a 79, and I can't give you an 80 because of your distribution. I hope that does. But I think you will achieve your goal, and that's what matters. S-Dog, if I ever show my portfolio, I'm going to have to say my goal is a 1x. S-Dog, just send it in, bro. Send it in. Now I want to see it. Was it like 80% XRP, 20%, 20% Bitcoin, 20x? Oh man. Shout out to S-Dog. At least he knows. At least he knows. I love that some people are scared to send their portfolios. That's how I know I'm doing a good job. That people are scared to send their portfolios in. Oh man. All right, guys, man. I feel like shit, but I love you guys, man. I'm gonna try to feel better today. Go to Daytona and go watch some dirt bike races. Couldn't be more excited to see my friends, be at the track with my pops. But all right, everybody, you guys rock. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Sign up for PHEMEX. Do yourself a favor. Trade on the best platform. 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. today, EST. I am doing a Twitter space with the people from Algorand for Algorand Unfiltered with Min and Yeet. Going to have a very meaningful conversation about Algorand, the direction for it this year, about the Para wallet, all the things like that. So definitely, if you want to learn more about Algorand, tune in at 2 p.m. over on my Twitter. I'd really appreciate your attendance. My name is AJ Writes Crypto. Get rich and don't get sick. Peace.